Everybody, what is going on? FKB Hip Hop Debate. It's Tori and B.
Reg.
Light Skin Reg. Quincy with the camo hat.
Is that his new name, Light Skin Reg?
I always call him Light Skin Reg. That's just my thing.
You know, first class Reg.
First class. It should be Light Skin Reg. I don't know. And we have Ravie B. Because if I say her name wrong, she's gonna kill me.
This is better.
Cam.
This is my new thing.
Mr.
I'm gonna
Henny
switch it up every time.
Mr. Henny Palooza. And we're here to debate hip hop. So what I want to talk about is someone who is prominent in hip hop right now and is not even for his music anymore. Joe Budden has become a part of our lives weekly. Before the new year it was daily because of Everyday Struggle. But now it's literally just like he's just a part of hip hop. Like, you know, there was rumors that he signed a $5 million deal with Revolt to take his show with Diddy. They said that's not true, but you know the bag is being secured. He was with Diddy on New Year's, and he said that they're working on it. Every time Joe, there were moments when Joe would do something that would just go viral and it's huge. Like I think the first one was when he was going on that rant about Drake, like just critiquing Drake's Views album, and like it was funny to me because when I watched that and they were talking about how Drake responded to it, I went back and watched the old video Felix showed me of Joe Budden when he first interviewed Drake, and like Drake has on like a college plaid button-up shirt, and he's just with 40.
Mad humble.
He's mad
Joe
humble.
Budden
He's
TV.
not. Yeah, it's on Joe Budden TV. He's not with all his goons, everybody with him. Not that 6'9" bodyguard that he got that's always with him and everything like that. And they were just talking, and Joe was like asking him like, "Yo, dudes is gonna come at you." People, you know, basically predicting things and just calling something out. And I'm just like, "Yo, this." Joe had magic since then. It's just like now, like he has like the light on him and he's doing something. So a lot of people have things to say about Joe, but he has something. I just don't know what. I just want to understand. Like, do y'all know why he's so polarizing? Yeah, okay.
When I think of like people on like celebrities on Twitter, it was like Joe Budden and Fab, right?
And,
they were
and
like
Puff.
and Puff, but Joe and Fab were the first, I feel, artists that directly started to talk to people on Twitter, like talk about debates, respond to people. They gave a lot of people a voice and a space to feel like they could critique things and talk about things. And you had like Ice, you had Relly, you had all these people like Black Twitter starting because Joe and Fab were like these rappers that were like engaging with people. So I feel like he started that like polarizing conversation on Twitter. And then he had Joe Budden TV, which to me kind of kickstarted like wanting to watch reality TV with rappers, right? So he already kind of was in the forefront of that before all of this. It's kind of just a built-up, like, elevated
That's why we got you here, Raven.
But,
thank you.
But I think that he's been doing it for so long, you probably just weren't aware. Like, I remember, like, before even meeting him, just being, like, a fan of him as a rapper. It was exciting to feel like you could talk to somebody that was in hip-hop on Twitter like they were a regular person. And then other celebrities like, oh, okay, we see these people doing it. It's okay, like, let's do it. So I think, one, people feel like they have a relationship with him because he responds to you, he talks to you, he'll like argue with you, and because they feel like they have that relationship, he'll block you.
He used to search his name. If I I forgot what I said, but he searched his name one time. This was like years ago, and he responded to me. And I was like, oh, shit, he's going to block me. Because that's what he used to do all the time.
But you would be like, if you were like 09 Twitter, if Joe or Fab was like responding to you, it was a thing. So I think that kind of started it. And as like Twitter evolved, social media evolved, and like the idea that, you know, people want to hear other people's opinions, that, you know, regular people, celebrities, it just elevated him in that ways. And I feel like he speaks with so much conviction that even if you don't agree, even if he's wrong, you're kind of like, is he wrong? Like I would watch Everyday Struggle and I'd be like, he's wrong. But he speaks with so much conviction that you don't want to argue with him. So
yeah,
I think the reason that Joe is very timely, and I think that Joe's intelligence is very underrated. And this is just speaking as a fan of him as an artist, and you know, a fan of him as what he's done, not as a friend. But Joe has like an impeccable sense of timing, number one. And with that, Joe has been, to her point, on the forefront of a lot of shit before it's happened. Like, he's called out a lot of shit before it's happened, even in the media space. Like, Joe has always curved himself towards media since his music industry days, when he got blackballed out of the music industry. And so now for him to be in this space, people of our age and our generation, we respect honesty, we respect authenticity, and there's next to none of that in mainstream journalism, and in hip-hop journalism. And Joe has kind of revolutionized journalism to an extent of, yes, you can still say how you feel, fuck what the artist feels like, fuck what the label is telling you, because all these podcasts, all these different shows, all these different outlets, there is a certain stream of payola and things of that nature to get you to say the right thing, to caress and to push that artist.
Deep in here, Kam.
You know what I'm saying? So for that, Joe, who comes from that world and has been on the other side of that, is like, fuck that, I'm going to speak, to the honesty portion of things, which I feel like I respect. And most true fans of hip-hop, of the art, and of the culture respect that, so Joe will get that following. So, like, to your point, if he does say something that you feel he's 100% wrong on, you're going to listen because you believe that he believes what he's saying, as opposed to what other people, like, I can hear somebody say something or someone have an opinion, and I can tell it's either contrived or it's an ad or it's like, some money on the table. And so for me, that's why I respect Joe so much as into what he does, and that's why I feel like he'll ultimately be successful in whatever he does, because that portion of it and the truth and the conviction and, kind of the compassion for what it is that he's doing will reign over everything else.
I also